Here's my sources. With the claim.
Jews, for the sake of this, please try to be on time.
Don't start me up. I'm going to apologize beforehand. If I get emotional, I start crying. It might happen. It's an emotional subject. Let me collect myself a second. Give me a funny look, Patrick. All right. A couple weeks ago, as I was working my evening shift, a gentleman was collecting donations at the door for his company called Fashions for Pets. This company donates a portion of their earnings to the Humane Society. But while I love animals and have had pets growing up my entire life, this bothers me. It bothers me to the point of being insulting. Because while he was successfully collecting a large amount of money for his business, he and so many other people are completely ignorant to the fact that there are other charities that benefit mankind. Specifically, charities that benefit the young women, the teenagers, and the children that are being kidnapped, sold, and exploited for sex. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but according to the Department of Homeland Security, sex trafficking is the third largest illegal money syndicate in the world, next to drug and gun smuggling. Yet, if you look at our nation's top 100 charities according to Forbes, there is not one sex trafficking organization based on donations able to compete or even come close to being on the list. However, our love of animals seems to be much more popular, with the Humane Society ranking number 73rd with a total revenue of $155 million, and the ASPCA ranking 99th on the list with a total revenue of $148 million, according to a 2012 study. The highest public funding trafficking organization that does not even come close to these numbers is the Internal Justice Mission. This organization secures justice for victims of slavery, sex exploitation, and violent oppression. According to the online charity guide, Charity Navigator, Internal Justice total charitable income revenue is $29 million. Other organizations like Love 146 and Shared Hope International have joint revenues of $4.5 million, according to the same 2011 study. It is not shocking that we place so much value and love in our furry friends, but it is atrocious and exceedingly deplorable that the value we place on animals exceeds the value that we place on sexually exploited people. The proof is in these numbers. Look at the difference. The three trafficking organizations that I mentioned before have a combined worth of $33 million. That doesn't even hold a candle to the one charity, the ASPCA, where their earnings is $145 million a year. In 1865, the President, Abraham Lincoln, and the U.S. Congress ratified the 13th Amendment to the United States, or the Constitution, that states, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist within the United States. However, according to the Department of State, and this is important, the official U.S. estimates indicate that 2 to 4 million people are trafficked annually throughout the world. As many as 17,500 people are believed to be trafficked in the United States each year, trafficked into the United States each year. And listen, it is estimated that 100,000 U.S. children are victims of trafficking within the United States. Now, I'm not suggesting that we forget about our animals, our best friends, because they certainly deserve to be protected. Animal rights organizations implore the message that because animals cannot speak for themselves, it is up to you to speak for them. I support that, but I must add and bring to your attention that people who are sold and used for sex trafficking are commonly stripped of their rights freedoms, and the dignity of having a name. According to the founder of Love 146, which is a sex trafficking organization, while on his undercover travels to Asia, the young girls he encountered under the age of 8 years old were stripped of their names and given numbers in their place. These numbers are used as an ordering tag, just as you would order a meal from a fast food restaurant. Who gives these victims their voice? At the end of the day, you're going to pick a charity that means something to you, something that is personal and resonating. What you need to consider is that there are charities that are outside of the mainstream media that need our help as well, need our attention. Sex trafficking is on the rise, and while you are pulled into the charity by the televised gaze of an irresistibly cute animal, consider the women who are sold into sex trafficking. The mother, the daughter, or the little sister who doesn't have the opportunity to ask for help. These victims need a voice too.